In a moment that froze the world in silence, Prince William and Princess Catherine stepped forward with solemn faces and trembling voices. Cameras flashed, reporters held their breath, and across the globe millions felt a chill they could not explain. What began as a routine royal appearance became an earth-shattering revelation, one that shattered hope, stunned the monarchy, and confirmed the tragic news no one ever wanted to hear. Before we go deeper into what this really means for the royal family, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single update. The summons had arrived without warning, delivered with an urgency that unsettled even the most seasoned royal correspondents. Invitations marked immediate stirred speculation across newsrooms and palace corridors alike, igniting whispers of crisis and unease. Something was wrong, profoundly wrong, and the gravity of the moment hung heavily in the air long before William and Catherine emerged. When they finally appeared, their composure was unmistakable, yet beneath their regal poise lay a vulnerability that no crown could conceal. Their entrance was slow, deliberate, and steeped in silence, each step echoing the weight of duty and the shadow of sorrow they carried with them. William's expression was resolute but strained, his eyes betraying the burden of a truth too devastating to soften. Beside him stood Catherine, dignified yet fragile, her voice steady but edged with emotion as she delivered the confirmation that shattered the world's expectations. The words, once spoken, could not be reclaimed. They rippled outward with merciless force, reaching every corner of the globe, igniting disbelief, grief, and a collective sense of loss that transcended borders and traditions. In that moment, the grandeur of monarchy gave way to something deeply human, raw, fragile, and heartbreakingly real. The reaction was immediate and overwhelming. Across continents, the news silenced bustling cities and hushed crowded streets. Screens flickered with stunned headlines, while millions watched in disbelief, searching for reassurance where none could be found. Outside palace gates, the mood shifted from curiosity to solemnity, as the magnitude of the tragedy settled over the nation like a gathering storm. Even within the royal household, the tension was unmistakable. Palace officials stood rigid and pale, their carefully composed expressions betraying a deeper, long-hidden crisis that had finally reached its breaking point. Yet amid the weight of public duty, it was the subtle, unspoken gestures between William and Catherine that revealed the depth of their personal anguish. A fleeting glance, a gentle touch, the quiet reassurance of shared strength, these intimate moments spoke louder than any proclamation. They hinted at sleepless nights, private fears, and the relentless pressure of a burden carried in silence for far too long. This tragedy, it seemed, was not born of a single moment, but forged through years of mounting strain, whispered concerns, and sacrifices made behind the gilded walls of tradition. As the world struggled to comprehend the enormity of what had been revealed, a haunting realization began to take hold. This was not merely an announcement, but the unveiling of a story long concealed, one shaped by secrecy, expectation, and the unforgiving weight of destiny. But this tragic revelation did not emerge overnight. It was the culmination of whispers, warnings, and shadows that had haunted the palace long before the world knew. Long before the tragic announcement, there were whispers, quiet murmurs echoing through gilded corridors and guarded hallways. Staff spoke in hushed tones, courtiers exchanged uneasy glances, and royal watchers sensed something deeply amiss. Hidden behind the elegance of tradition, a secret slowly unfolded, one so fragile, so devastating, that the monarchy fought tirelessly to keep it concealed from the world. At first, the signs were subtle, almost imperceptible to those outside the palace walls. A postponed engagement here, a last-minute cancellation there, changes explained away with careful precision and polite reassurances. Yet within royal circles, the pattern felt too deliberate to ignore. Schedules shifted with unusual frequency, and official statements, though polished and composed, carried an undercurrent of unease. Something fragile was being protected, something too sensitive to expose to the relentless gaze of the public. Among palace staff, rumors began to circulate in cautious whispers. Trusted aides exchanged knowing glances, their voices lowered behind closed doors. The corridors of tradition, once symbols of unwavering stability, grew heavy with speculation. Insiders spoke of mounting pressure, of sleepless nights and quiet consultations, of a burden that weighed heavily upon the shoulders of those sworn to serve the crown. Every unanswered question deepened the mystery. Every silence amplified the tension. Then came Catherine's sudden withdrawal from public life, an absence that reverberated across the nation with startling intensity. Known for her grace, warmth, and steadfast presence, her retreat from the spotlight sparked a wave of speculation that could not be contained. Admirers searched for reassurance, while commentators dissected every statement, every omission, every fleeting detail. The palace offered carefully worded explanations, but their restraint only fueled curiosity, casting long shadows over what had once seemed serene and unshakable. Throughout this growing storm, Prince William's demeanor shifted in ways that did not go unnoticed. Always composed, he now carried an unmistakable strain beneath his steady resolve. His protective instincts became more visible, his appearances marked by quiet intensity and unwavering vigilance. Those closest to him sensed the emotional weight. He bore a silent battle between duty and devotion, between the expectations of the crown and the love he fiercely guarded. In his restraint there was both strength and sorrow, hinting at a truth too painful to reveal. Meanwhile, the media's curiosity intensified, transforming whispers into headlines and speculation into global intrigue. Cryptic palace statements, crafted with meticulous care, offered reassurance without clarity. Each carefully chosen word seemed designed not only to inform but to shield. The monarchy, steeped in centuries of tradition, relied on its mastery of discretion and art perfected through generations of triumphs and trials. Secrets, after all, had long been the currency of survival within the royal institution, guarded with unwavering discipline and unwavering resolve. Yet history had shown that silence, no matter how carefully maintained, could not endure forever. Beneath the veneer of composure, the truth pressed forward with quiet inevitability, gathering momentum with each passing day. The whispers grew louder, the shadows deeper, and the sense of impending revelation more profound. What began as murmurs behind palace walls evolved into a looming certainty, a realization that the fragile secret could not remain hidden indefinitely. As speculation intensified, the story deepened, revealing not only a private struggle, but a crisis destined to reshape the future of the crown. From university sweethearts to future king and queen, William and Catherine's love story captivated the world with its grace and devotion. But beneath the fairy tale romance lay a relentless burden of duty, expectation, and sacrifice. As tragedy loomed, their bond was tested in unimaginable ways, transforming their once idyllic union into a story of resilience, heartbreak, and unwavering loyalty. Their journey began quietly, far from the gilded halls of Buckingham Palace, within the scholarly confines of St. Andrews. It was there, away from the relentless scrutiny of the world, that two young souls forged a connection grounded in laughter, trust, and an unspoken understanding of the destiny that awaited them. What started as friendship blossomed into a romance that would capture global fascination, a modern fairy tale unfolding under the watchful gaze of history. The world watched with anticipation, enchanted by the promise of a future queen whose grace and warmth seemed to breathe new life into an ancient institution. As Catherine stepped into the royal spotlight, her transformation was nothing short of extraordinary. From a university student navigating newfound attention to a poised and compassionate figure of global admiration, she embraced her role with quiet determination. Her elegance and composure redefined the image of modern royalty, earning admiration across continents. Yet behind her serene presence lay a relentless pressure to embody perfection, to uphold tradition, and to endure scrutiny that dissected every word, gesture, and silence. Success crowned her with admiration, but it also demanded sacrifice, carving a path that required resilience few could comprehend. For William, the stakes were even higher. As the future king, he carried not only the weight of expectation, but also the scars of a childhood lived under the unforgiving glare of public attention. Balancing love, family, and destiny became an unending struggle, one defined by quiet resolve and emotional restraint. In Catherine, he found not only a partner but a sanctuary, someone who understood the fragile intersection of duty and devotion. Their bond, forged in trust and strengthened by adversity, became a lifeline amid the relentless demands of royal life. Yet behind the public triumphs were private moments of vulnerability, fleeting glimpses of laughter, whispered reassurances, and silent gestures of support that revealed the depth of their connection. These moments, shielded from the world's gaze, spoke of sleepless nights and unspoken fears, of a love tested not by scandal but by the crushing weight of responsibility. Together, they navigated the delicate balance between public expectation and personal truth, standing united even as the pressures around them intensified. When tragedy began to cast its shadow, the strength of their partnership was tested in ways neither could have foreseen. The devastating news placed their union under immense strain, transforming their shared journey into one of endurance and quiet courage. Yet even as uncertainty loomed, their unity became a symbol of hope, a testament to the enduring power of love in the face of sorrow. Their resilience resonated deeply with the public, reminding a watching world that beneath the crown and ceremony were two hearts bound by unwavering loyalty. Through triumph and heartbreak, William and Catherine emerged not merely as heirs to tradition, but as guardians of a legacy shaped by compassion and strength. Their love, once celebrated as a fairy tale, evolved into something far more profound, a beacon of courage amid uncertainty. A promise that even in the darkest moments devotion could endure. Yet beyond their personal devotion lay a greater responsibility, one that would test not only their hearts, but the very stability of the monarchy. For centuries, the British monarchy has stood as a symbol of continuity and strength. But behind the grandeur of Buckingham Palace, a storm was brewing, one capable of shaking the institution to its very core. As William and Catherine confirmed the tragic news, the crown faced one of its most uncertain and emotionally charged moments in modern history, threatening to alter its legacy forever. History has long cast the monarchy as an unshakable pillar, a living embodiment of tradition that endures through war, revolution, and societal change. Yet beneath its polished veneer lies a chronicle of crises, moments when loyalty wavered, trust fractured, and the crown trembled beneath the weight of public scrutiny. From abdications that stunned the world to scandals that threatened its moral authority, each upheaval reshaped the institution's fragile bond with the people it serves. In these defining moments, survival depended not on power, but on perception, a delicate balance of dignity, silence, and reinvention. It is this reliance on stability that has sustained the monarchy for generations. Continuity is its lifeblood, its greatest defense against the tides of modernity. Every gesture, every tradition, every carefully chosen word is designed to project permanence and reassurance. Yet the tragic news confirmed by William and Catherine pierced that carefully constructed illusion, igniting constitutional anxieties and symbolic concerns that reverberated through the corridors of power. Questions once unthinkable began to surface, whispered in political circles and echoed across the Commonwealth. What would this mean for the future of the crown? Could the institution withstand yet another defining trial? Behind palace walls, advisors moved swiftly, their urgency cloaked in the quiet precision of royal protocol. Strategies were drafted, statements refined, and contingencies weighed with solemn deliberation. Each decision carried profound consequences, not merely for a family in mourning but for an institution entrusted with centuries of legacy. The atmosphere grew tense, charged with the awareness that history was unfolding in real time. Every word spoken or withheld would shape the narrative, guiding a nation through uncertainty while striving to preserve the dignity of the crown. Beyond Britain's shores, the reaction was immediate and deeply felt. Across the Commonwealth, leaders and citizens alike grappled with the emotional and symbolic weight of the revelation. Messages of solidarity poured in, reflecting both empathy and apprehension, as nations bound by shared history contemplated the implications for their collective identity. Public sentiment shifted with palpable intensity, uniting millions in sorrow while stirring renewed debate about the monarchy's relevance in an ever-changing world. The tragedy had transcended borders, transforming into a global moment of reflection and reckoning. Inevitably, comparisons arose to past royal tragedies, moments when the institution stood at the precipice of transformation. Each chapter of sorrow had tested its endurance, forcing it to adapt or risk fading into irrelevance. Now history seemed poised to repeat itself, casting William and Catherine at the center of a narrative both deeply personal and profoundly political. Their confirmation of the tragic news was not merely an announcement, it was a turning point, a defining moment destined to reshape the monarchy's legacy for generations to come. As uncertainty deepened, questions lingered in the public consciousness, echoing through the halls of power and the hearts of millions. The future of the crown appeared more fragile than ever, suspended between tradition and transformation, duty and emotion, survival and reinvention. In this atmosphere of solemn reflection and mounting tension, one truth became unmistakably clear. The tragedy had pierced the very heart of the institution, exposing its vulnerability while demanding its resilience. As the world grappled with the implications, the tragedy revealed its most profound impact not on institutions, but on a young family at its heart. Beyond the gilded gates and royal ceremonies lies a family bound by love, duty, and unimaginable loss. Behind closed doors, William and Catherine faced a reality too painful for public display, a private sorrow that no title could shield them from. As the tragic news unfolded, the world saw their composure, but only those closest to them witnessed the quiet devastation that threatened to break their hearts. Away from the weight of crowns and expectation, their greatest concern was not legacy, but family. As parents, William and Catherine bore an emotional burden far heavier than any constitutional responsibility. The tragic revelation forced them into an impossible balance, shielding their children from a storm of global attention while navigating their own heartbreak. In whispered conversations and gentle reassurances, they struggled to preserve a sense of normalcy, determined to protect innocence from the relentless glare of public scrutiny. Theirs was not merely a royal challenge, but a deeply human one, to remain strong for their children while confronting a sorrow that threatened to overwhelm them. In these fragile moments, the true cost of duty revealed itself. The world saw composed figures standing firm in the face of adversity, yet behind the carefully maintained silence lay nights filled with uncertainty and unspoken fears. Grief, though hidden from public view, lingered in quiet pauses and fleeting expressions, shaping a reality too painful to share. There were no proclamations to ease the weight, no ceremonies to soften the ache, only the steadfast resolve to endure. Together, these private struggles, unseen yet deeply felt, underscored the vulnerability of a family bound by love but tested by tragedy. Amid their sorrow, comfort came from those who understood the burden of royalty. Close family members and trusted confidants offered quiet support, forming a circle of loyalty that stood firm against the encroaching tide of speculation. Within this sanctuary of trust, William and Catherine found moments of solace, drawing strength from shared compassion and unwavering devotion. Yet even in these rare instances of refuge, the demands of their roles loomed large, reminding them that their grief could never remain entirely their own. Maintaining dignity in the midst of personal sorrow became an act of profound courage. Each public appearance carried emotional symbolism, every measured word and composed gesture reflecting both resilience and restraint. To the world, they embodied stability and grace. To one another, they were partners navigating an unspoken pain. Their quiet unity became a powerful testament to endurance, resonating with a public that recognized the humanity beneath the regalia. In their strength, people found empathy. In their vulnerability, they found truth. The tragedy served as a poignant reminder that royalty offers no immunity from suffering. Beneath the titles and traditions stood a family confronting loss with unwavering resolve, their struggle mirroring the universal experience of grief. In this shared humanity, the distance between palace and public dissolved, replaced by a profound sense of connection and compassion. The crown, once perceived as distant and untouchable, revealed its most fragile and human dimension. Yet even as they bore their sorrow in silence, the world responded with an intensity few could have foreseen. Their quiet courage ignited an emotional awakening, stirring hearts across nations and generations alike. While their private pain remained hidden, the public response erupted with an outpouring of emotion unlike anything seen in generations. From the streets of London to the farthest corners of the Commonwealth, a wave of grief swept across nations. Flowers piled high at palace gates, candles flickered in silent tribute, and millions paused to reflect on the tragedy that had touched the heart of the monarchy. In a rare moment of unity, the world stood still, bound together by sorrow, empathy, and an overwhelming sense of loss. The response was immediate, profound, and deeply human. Outside royal residences, mourners gathered in quiet reverence, their presence a testament to the emotional bond between crown and country. Messages of condolence, handwritten and heartfelt, appeared in endless numbers, each one echoing a shared sense of disbelief and compassion. The tragedy had transcended titles and tradition, transforming the monarchy from a distant institution into a symbol of collective grief. In these solemn expressions of unity, the public revealed not only their sorrow, but their enduring connection to a family they had come to cherish. Across the globe, tributes poured in from world leaders, dignitaries, and ordinary citizens alike. Statements of sympathy resonated from parliaments, palaces, and presidencies, each acknowledging the magnitude of the loss and the emotional weight carried by William and Catherine. Nations united in remembrance, bound by shared history and mutual respect, as the Commonwealth reflected on the significance of the moment. What had begun as a private tragedy now reverberated across continents, underscoring the monarchy's enduring influence and its capacity to inspire empathy far beyond its borders. The media, ever watchful, amplified the emotional impact with relentless intensity. Headlines spoke in solemn tones, while broadcasts carried voices of reflection and remembrance into homes around the world. The tragedy became a defining narrative of the era, drawing audiences into a shared experience of mourning that blurred the boundaries between public duty and personal loss. With each report and tribute, the emotional resonance deepened, shaping a collective memory that would endure long after the initial shock had faded. National remembrance assumed a symbolic significance that transcended ceremony. Moments of silence were observed with reverence, their stillness echoing across cities and nations alike. In this shared pause, the public confronted not only the magnitude of the tragedy, but the fragile humanity of those who stood at the heart of the monarchy. The crown, once perceived as distant and untouchable, appeared profoundly human, its vulnerability forging an unbreakable bond with the people it served. Through sorrow, the monarchy found renewed relevance, its emotional authenticity resonating with a modern audience seeking connection and truth. Meanwhile, social media emerged as a powerful conduit for collective grief, transforming personal expressions of sympathy into a global chorus of remembrance. Messages, tributes, and reflections spread with astonishing speed, uniting generations in a shared narrative of compassion and solidarity. The digital age amplified emotion, ensuring that the tragedy's impact reached even the most distant corners of the world, where voices joined in tribute to a story that had touched millions. In this moment of profound unity, the royal family's image was reshaped for a new era, no longer defined solely by tradition and ceremony, but by empathy, resilience, and shared humanity. The tragedy revealed a monarchy capable of vulnerability, forging a deeper emotional connection with the public and redefining its place in the modern world. Yet amid the public's sorrow, whispers of hidden truths and unanswered questions began to surface, casting a shadow over the unfolding narrative. As the world mourned, rumors surged beneath the surface, whispers of secrets, unanswered questions, and truths yet to be revealed. Was the tragedy truly as it appeared, or did deeper forces shape the events leading to that fateful announcement? In the shadows of the palace, speculation grew louder, weaving a tapestry of intrigue that threatened to unravel the carefully guarded narrative of the crown. In the wake of collective grief, the silence left behind became fertile ground for suspicion. Media outlets, once unified in solemn remembrance, began to probe deeper, dissecting timelines and scrutinizing every detail with relentless intensity. Commentators speculated openly, their voices echoing across broadcasts and digital platforms, searching for clarity where ambiguity prevailed. Each headline carried an undercurrent of intrigue, transforming sorrow into inquiry and inviting audiences to question whether the full truth had truly been revealed. The tragedy, once accepted with reverence, now stood at the center of a growing storm of speculation. Conflicting reports emerged with unsettling frequency, each offering fragments of information that seemed both revealing and incomplete. Palace statements, meticulously crafted and deliberately restrained, provided reassurance without resolution. Words were chosen with precision, yet their careful construction only deepened the mystery. Observers noted subtle inconsistencies, pauses where answers should have been, and a lingering sense that something vital remained unspoken. In an institution renowned for its mastery of discretion, silence became both shield and symbol, protecting the crown while inviting suspicion. History offered no shortage of precedent. The monarchy had long relied on secrecy as a means of survival, navigating crises with a disciplined command of narrative and restraint. From past controversies to moments of national upheaval, The institution had endured by revealing only what was necessary, guarding its most fragile truths behind walls of tradition. This legacy of silence, once regarded as a source of strength, now fueled public curiosity, drawing comparisons between the present tragedy and the hidden chapters of royal history. The past seemed to echo through the present, whispering that not all truths emerge willingly. As unanswered questions multiplied, public curiosity intensified, fueled by a desire for transparency in an era defined by openness. Conversations unfolded across living rooms and digital forums, where speculation mingled with empathy and doubt. Supporters urged compassion, while skeptics pressed for clarity, creating an emotional tension between the monarchy's devotion to tradition and the public's demand for truth. The contrast was stark: an ancient institution bound by discretion confronting a modern world, unwilling to accept silence as closure. Amid this escalating scrutiny, the psychological toll on William and Catherine became impossible to ignore. Every rumor, every insinuation, and every whispered theory threatened to reopen wounds still tender with grief. Their composure remained steadfast, yet the strain of speculation cast long shadows over their resilience. To endure not only tragedy but the relentless questioning of its circumstances required extraordinary strength, a quiet defiance rooted in duty, love, and an unwavering commitment to protect what remained sacred. Their silence, though dignified, spoke volumes, reflecting both courage and vulnerability beneath the weight of expectation. And still, a lingering sense persisted that the full story had yet to be told. Beneath the layers of protocol and carefully measured words, unanswered questions hovered like specters, refusing to fade. The narrative, meticulously preserved by the crown, seemed incomplete, its hidden truths obscured by time and tradition. As intrigue deepened and questions lingered, William and Catherine prepared to confront their destiny, determined to lead with courage through the darkness. In the face of unimaginable loss, true character is revealed. With the weight of tragedy upon their shoulders, William and Catherine emerged not as figures of sorrow, but as symbols of resilience and hope. Their quiet strength, unwavering unity, and steadfast commitment to duty inspired a nation and signaled the dawn of a new chapter in the enduring story of the British monarchy. Grief did not weaken William, it refined him. Beneath the immense pressure of expectation, he stood resolute, honoring his duty with a calm determination forged in adversity. Each appearance, each carefully spoken word, carried the weight of personal sorrow balanced against the responsibility of future kingship. He did not retreat from the burden, he embraced it. In doing so, he transformed tragedy into purpose, embodying the resilience that the crown has demanded of its heirs for generations. His resolve reassured a watching world that even in the darkest hour, leadership would not falter. Beside him, Catherine radiated grace that transcended ceremony. Her compassion resonated deeply with the public, her quiet dignity offering comfort to millions who saw in her both strength and sincerity. She spoke with empathy that felt genuine and unguarded, her presence a reminder that vulnerability and courage can coexist. Where sorrow threatened to overwhelm, she offered warmth. Where uncertainty lingered, she inspired confidence. In her composure, the world found solace, and in her humanity, the monarchy rediscovered its emotional connection to the people it served. Together, their joint appearances became powerful symbols of unity and stability. Standing side by side, they projected a sense of calm that steadied a nation grappling with grief. Their partnership, once celebrated as a fairy tale, now stood as a testament to endurance and devotion. In shared glances and measured words, they conveyed an unspoken promise that the institution they would one day lead would endure, guided by compassion and strengthened by adversity. Their unity became a beacon, illuminating a path forward through uncertainty. In the wake of tragedy, public support for the monarchy surged with renewed intensity. Citizens who once viewed the crown as distant now embraced it with renewed affection, drawn by the authenticity and resilience displayed by its future sovereigns. The tragedy reshaped perceptions, revealing a monarchy capable of empathy and transformation. William and Catherine's leadership signaled a shift toward a more modern, emotionally resonant institution, one grounded not only in tradition, but in sincerity and connection. Their influence extended far beyond national borders. Emotional speeches and gestures of remembrance inspired admiration across the globe, uniting audiences in a shared recognition of courage and dignity. Words spoken with quiet conviction carried extraordinary weight, resonating with those who saw in their journey a reflection of universal resilience. Each act of grace, each gesture of compassion, reaffirmed their role as figures not merely of heritage, but of hope. What began as a moment of profound sorrow evolved into a catalyst for renewal. Tragedy, though devastating, ignited a transformation that redefined the monarchy's place in the modern world. William and Catherine emerged not only as heirs to tradition, but as architects of its future leaders, shaped by adversity, strengthened by love, and guided by an unwavering sense of purpose. As the world looked to the future, one question remained: how would this tragedy shape the legacy they were destined to leave behind? History will remember the moment William and Catherine confirmed the tragic news no one wanted to hear, a moment when sorrow met duty, and heartbreak met hope. As the echoes of that announcement continue to resonate, its impact reaches far beyond the palace walls, shaping the future of the monarchy and redefining its place in the modern world. But the question lingers: what legacy will emerge from this defining tragedy? In the annals of royal history, certain moments stand as turning points, events so profound that they alter not only the course of a family, but the destiny of an institution. The tragic revelation delivered by William and Catherine now joins that rare and solemn lineage, etched into memory with a permanence that time cannot erase. It was not merely an announcement, it was a reckoning. A moment when tradition confronted vulnerability and the crown revealed its most human face. Long after the headlines fade, its emotional resonance will endure, shaping how future generations understand the cost of duty and the burden of inheritance. From adversity, the monarchy has always evolved, its survival dependent upon its ability to adapt without surrendering its essence. This tragedy became yet another crucible testing the institution's resilience, while compelling it to embrace a more compassionate and transparent identity. Where once silence and distance defined royal protocol, empathy and openness began to redefine its presence in the modern world. In responding to sorrow with sincerity, the crown reaffirmed its relevance, transforming vulnerability into strength and renewing the fragile covenant between sovereign and subject. At the heart of this transformation stand William and Catherine, whose emerging legacy has been forged not in triumph alone, but in trial. As future king and queen, they embody a new era, one shaped by emotional authenticity, moral clarity, and unwavering devotion to service. Their journey, marked by both privilege and pain, reflects the delicate balance between heritage and humanity. Through their resilience, they have transcended expectation, redefining what it means to lead in an age that demands both dignity and compassion. Public perception, once rooted in formality and distance, has been irrevocably reshaped by their transparency and grace. In revealing their humanity, they bridge the divide between monarchy and modern society, inspiring empathy in place of indifference and loyalty in place of skepticism. The tragedy transformed the royal family's image, revealing not an untouchable institution, but a living legacy capable of reflection, renewal, and profound emotional connection. In their quiet strength, the public found solace. In their vulnerability, they discovered truth. The symbolism of resilience and unity now stands as a defining hallmark of this chapter in royal history. William and Catherine's steadfast partnership has become a beacon of hope, illuminating a path forward through uncertainty and sorrow. Their story, once celebrated as a fairy tale, has evolved into something far more powerful, a testament to endurance, a reflection of shared humanity, and a promise that even the weight of destiny can be borne with grace. In their journey, tragedy has given rise to purpose, forging a legacy that will echo through generations. This defining moment will remain a cornerstone of royal history, a chapter remembered not solely for its sorrow, but for its profound impact on the institution it transformed. It is a story of duty tempered by love, of sacrifice shaped by devotion, and of destiny revealed through adversity. In confronting loss with courage, William and Catherine have written a narrative that transcends tradition, embodying the timeless truth that greatness is often born from hardship. As the world reflects on the magnitude of their journey, one cannot help but contemplate the enduring cost of destiny. The crown demands unwavering commitment, yet it is sustained by the humanity of those who bear its weight. In William and Catherine's story, duty and love converge, illuminating the delicate balance between public obligation and private sacrifice. Their legacy, still unfolding, stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of hope in the face of tragedy. And as the world continues to watch, one truth remains undeniable out of tragedy: legends are born. And the story of William and Catherine is far from over. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in next one.